Business Administration, Hospitality and Event Management. Candidates of Bachelor of Business Administration, Sports Management. Candidates of Bachelor of Law. Candidates of Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Candidates of Bachelor of Arts in Performing Arts. And candidates of Bachelor of Pharmacy. Hon'ble Chancellor, sir, the candidates for the degree of various programs of study are presented and the remaining candidates in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the degree.
We request the Honorable Chancellor to admit the candidates.
On behalf of the visitor, the pro-visitor of PES University, I admit all candidates presented for the award of degree certificates with an order to present themselves in speech and conduct befitting the certificates awarded to them.
Request the Honourable Chancellor to administer the oath to the qualified candidates.
Dear graduating students, please repeat what I say. I, as a graduate of PES University, with faith, grace, humility, and fear of God, pledge to use my knowledge for public good, to innovate for the advancement of humanity, and to be accountable to the future generations. I promise to always conduct myself with honor and uphold the core values of perseverance, excellence, and service by PES University. Congratulations, graduating class of 2025. Please resume your seats now.
The scroll of honor consists of the PhD holders and the rank holders of the various programs. We request the Honorable Chancellor to unveil the scroll of honor.
We request the Controller of Examinations to read out the names of the PhD holders and request the Honorable Chief Guest to present the certificates to the PhD holders.
Good evening, everyone. I request the supervisors of the PhD awardees to accompany their students along with them. To begin with, we have Professor Divya Prabha KL, who has secured her PhD degree from the Department of Computer Science. She is being supervised by Dr. Sudarshan PhD. Since he is not well, he is not able to accompany her on stage. Next, from the Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, we have Professor Sunita MS, who has completed her PhD degree under the guidance of Dr. Shashidhar Tantri. have Ms. Sahana Shrikant, again from the Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, who has completed her degree under the guidance of Dr. Sanjeev G. From the Mechanical Engineering Department, we have Ms. Sunita Kumari, who has completed her research work under the guidance of Dr. Rajesh Mathuvannan. From the Pharmacy Department, we have Ms. S. Swati, who has completed her degree under the guidance of Dr. Lakshman K.
Second,
we have Mr. Anand Kumar SR, again from the Pharmacy Department, who has completed his degree under the supervision of Dr. Mukund Handra. Next we have Mr. Subodh Mondar, again from the Pharmacy Department, who has completed his degree under the supervision of Dr. Satish CS. Next we have Ms. Divya Prabhakia, who has completed her M.Tech by Research from the Department of Biotechnology under the guidance of Dr. Shanti K.M. Congratulations to all the PhD awardees and M.Tech by Research.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Rajkumar, Buyya, Professor, School of Computing and Information Systems from the University of Melbourne, Australia. We request you to deliver the Convocation Address 2025. Please give a big round of applause and let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Buyya.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Jawahar, the Chancellor of PES University, Mr. Suryaprasad, Vice Chancellor of PES University, of course the registrars and finance officers, and more importantly, the Board of Governors of PES University, and some of them happens to be my indirect teachers, and I feel like I'm also graduating today. For example, Professor Chidananda. So when I was doing engineering, he was a professor at HEC College in Mysore University. So in the final year, the PA semester, so we had a replica AI. So that was offered for the first time. Of course, we didn't have a textbook properly, and we were looking for some information that helped us to learn the subject called artificial intelligence. And today we hear a lot about AI. At that time, some of my friends who were connected to Mysore, and they went to Mysore and got a manuscript which was handed down. And that was by Professor Chidananda. So I'd like to thank you today to express my gratitude for teaching me indirectly. Therefore, I can say, so if Professor Siddhartha Gowda is a Dronacharya, I am like Ekalavya, a Sisya who directly not study, but indirectly study. Thank you, sir. So similarly, all other colleagues here, senior chancellors, vice chancellors, and of course, I also had opportunity to meet them in different places. So I'd like to thank all of them for guiding this PES University and helping Jawahar and other colleagues to make it what it is today. Thank you. Of course, this is really a privilege and honor. So I must say it is a more privilege. So given that we have many senior colleagues, so professors who have accomplished much more than me. So I'm just like a small star in front of several suns. So our Chancellor is watching himself is Suryaprasad, the University of Surya. So I'd like to thank the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and my friend Priti for inviting me to join this 10th Convocation ceremony. It is such an honor that PES University is celebrating 10th Convocation function. So it is also I'm very happy to know that more than 4,600 students from various degrees, PhD, Masters, Bachelors, MBA, they are all graduating today. So this is a big milestone for all the students. And of course, the students' success is not just students' own. So it's an effort of several personalities. As you know, if you want to raise a child in a village, it takes the whole village to raise a child. In fact, I also came from a village, so I know what it means. Similarly, to have a student graduate successfully, it takes efforts of several personalities, starting with their parents, then of course the teachers from primary school to today, then the management of the institute with the vision. So like Doreswamy, to found an institute with a vision for excellence. And we see that terms appearing even in the Convocation invitations. So one of the terms is excellence. Excellence is the goal. Then of course, if we are talking to Chancellor, he mentioned that when we started this institute, we always had a aim of excellence. And of course, we didn't have fun, but there was a vision for excellence. I can say personally, so I came to this campus 30 years ago. That was 1995. At that time, all that I saw was one small tea hut and one building. And we came visited here on Sunday. Then I happened to meet Professor Jawahar. He was here and he was architecting housing to the future in the next 30 years. So that shows the dedication to present an environment, where students can learn skills, the network with them. Then of course, not only networking during education, but also post-education networking, which is very, very essential for your success. So I like to request, and of course first I like to congratulate all those who are graduating, all 4,600 students. So today, and I like to request all of you to express your gratitude by standing up and of course, giving a go ahead to your parents and the teachers, everyone who helped you to what you are today. So can I request all the graduates please to stand up? And then of course, bow your head to your parents if they are here. If not, go to the gurus and teachers and advisors, all of them who made you what you are today. Thank you very much. Just to share briefly personally about myself. So I am also Kannadiga. So my native place is Buyya. So I am sure many of you seen Karnataka map. We heard about the glory of Karnataka as written by Konappana. Of course, his son-in-law, Professor Chidananda, also I am sure he writes poem. I have not heard from him, but you can see Karnataka is very nicely glorified in the beginning. And Bidar also was mentioned there briefly. So Bidar is a district from where I come from, but I am actually coming from a village called Kauta, and there is a river called Doreswamy. So Doreswamy, like students who are coming from a regional background like Kannada medium, and I understand that every year PES University offers for 10 students coming from Kannada medium, so free education, which means no tuition fee, and I was also pleased to know that there is no fee for food in the hostel. So it's a free hostel, free education, so that demonstrates the dedication of the founders to support their background and their, where they come from the root. And of course, I read the history and the life of Doreswamy and Doreswamy. So he was coming from agriculture family, and I also came from agriculture family. So we have many things common, but of course, I am not founded a university like him. But I am very happy to be here in such a university founded by someone coming from agriculture background. And we are all looking for success in this world, especially in this material world. So there is no easy path to success. Okay? So people say there is no free lunch. You really have to, want to be successful, you have to pay a price. And what is the price? The poor given. So those of you, when the universes are created, the first living being was Lord Brahma. And by the way, Lord Brahma is the first engineer of this universe. So if you are looking for some inspiration, and this Brahma is the first engineer, and even, so he didn't have everything to create this secondary in this world. Even he has to do tapas. Similarly, all of you also have to do tapas. And that is already reflected here also. Perseverance. Perseverance was determination, some sacrifice, and continue to pursue for innovation, for excellence, and also offering services to the community. So those are very nicely indicated here. Then of course we all look for role models in our achievement. So we have great role models in science area. For example, Albert Einstein, who discovered energy mass equivalence, which we call E=mc². Then we also have a technocrats. Some of you may want to become a greatest software innovator like Steve Jobs. And then some of you may want to become the greatest politician like Mahatma Gandhi. So all the people, are our role model and our inspiration. So now, what is the inspiration for those personalities who have done such great things? So many of them have derived inspiration from our Vedic knowledge of India, that is Bhagavad Gita. So how do I know this? Or how the universe? Everything else appears to be superfluous. Then of course you ask Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi, MK, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, don't confuse with other Gandhis. There is MK Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, MK Gandhi. So he, fought with different weapons, unlike other people fight with, some who are occupying. So in our case, India case, the Britishers, mighty empire with the mighty army, and Gandhi was able to fight with them and then of course defeat them. And what is the source of inspiration for him? What is the source of his courage? It takes a great courage to stand in front of somebody who is holding a bullet. Correct? How many are ready to stand in front of a gun? No, nobody. But whereas he had a courage. Then of course he had many setbacks. Don't assume that the success was very easy. So many setbacks. Many things didn't work out as he intended. But however, whenever he found setbacks, so he found Gita to be his source of inspiration. So therefore, so he says, for example, just in the reading the statement, stare at my face. So what does Gandhi do? So he just picks up a Bhagavad Gita like this, then just opens a suitable verse and read it and derive a great array of hope. So that was from Gandhi. Then what about technocrat like Steve Jobs? So one Steve Jobs was asked by his friend, Steve, what is the source of your success? You have been so successful in designing such a complex system, financially successful, as a well-known, famous, and whatever you design, everyone is using it throughout the world. What is the source? He said, my lifestyle following Eastern philosophy. In fact, if you have heard his Convocation lecture at Stanford University in USA a few weeks ago, he said, so when he was building this, Apple company, so he didn't have a very air-conditioned room to build up. but he started working in garage. And of course, whenever you're hungry, you may not have money. So therefore, what would you do on a Sunday like today? So he would go to a Hare Krishna temple where they offer a nice vegetarian feast. And he said, I'm very fond of having this feast at Hare Krishna temple. But it's not about having a feast, but also in Hare Krishna they talk about in the temple, chanting, dancing and feasting. So therefore, he has chanted Hare Krishna mantra. So he has chanted, Krishna name, he chanted Srimati Radharani also. And of course today, it is not just a great auspicious day for you, but it is also auspicious day because today is celebrated as Appearance Day of Radharani. So who is the source of all the wealth? In fact, she is the source of all the Laxmis. We have Sahasra Laxmis because we have so many universes and each of the universes has a Lakshmi and that source is Radharani. So she is a potency of Lord Sri Krishna and I am very glad to know that your graduation day happens to be such an auspicious day and I hope that we will wish you blessing from Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, and also of course Mother Radharani, who is the goddess of wealth. And if you can combine education and the wealth together, you can imagine the bright future. And of course, we must make sure that we use that wealth and that education for betterment. And that is what our Chancellor already mentioned, that service to the future generation. Not just service to the future generation, but also service to the previous generation. That is, offering service to your parents, elders who have helped you to come to this state. Otherwise, it will be just waste of investment of time and effort from their side. So very important that we express that gratitude to all of them. Then, of course, in the Gita, how many of you read Gita? Can you please raise hand? Okay, some of you are not read, but please derive inspiration. If you want to be a great innovator like Steve Jobs, or you want to be the greatest person, a scientist, who want to discover some mysteries of this universe, and this is the source. And those great discovery people have shared this, and I can tell you personally, it will work. And the last verse of this Gita is chapter 18, the last verse. It says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanudhara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhuti Gite Batirma. So we are looking for Sri. Sri is wealth, opulence. If you have a Krishna or a book with you and you lead your life based on this book, whether you are running this institution like this, or you are starting a company, or you want to be a politician, or you want to be some just software engineer, doesn't matter. Keep this book and follow this teaching throughout your life. Then you will achieve Sri, that is wealth and victory. That is Vijayo, Vijayo is victory. Then Bhuti, exceptional power, exceptional strength. You may be physically weak, but because you are following this, you will get all that strength. Then of course you will also be moral person. So moral is very important. We see some of the people, maybe at youngest age, may become MP and MLA and so on. But if they don't have a morality, big problem. Okay, it's very important that all of you include this habit. And of course, ultimately we all want to be happy. And what is the foundation for happiness? So in the Gita, and many of them, they say, our consciousness has to be divine. In our thoughts, in our action, in our words, have to be divine. Then of course we also have to have a divine way of continuous learning. It's education, continuous learning. This is not just graduation at the end of your knowledge acquisition. You have to continue to educate yourself. You have those who have graduated PhD, continue to do research to help solve some of the problems facing the society. So this is a continuous learning, very important. And as a result, having this consciousness always divine. So what happens? You will have intelligence which is spiritual. We have some intelligence. Even the ant has intelligence. All the way from Brahma to insignificant ant has intelligence. But we need to make our intelligence spiritual. When our intelligence is spiritual, our mind will be steady. Otherwise, our mind is like a monkey mind. So steady mind is very important. And then of course, when you are steady, you will be peaceful and happy. And in fact, Steve Jobs says, that his ability to invent this complex system comes from steady mind. And where is the steady mind coming from? Spiritual intelligence. And where is the intelligence coming from? Having Hare Krishna meal at Hare Krishna temple in California. You can imagine, many of you may want to go to California, don't worry. So there are temples there, whether you go to Australia, whether you go to America, or for that matter, China. I was in China for the last 3 weeks. So you go to any cities, there are people who are following teachings of Bhagavad Gita perfectly. They are not Indians, they are Chinese, born in China. So you will figure out the source of inspiration, source of strength from them. So I hope that many of you will follow this. This is very, very important. Then of course in our work, we also have to be stable. We need to make sure that we are physically fit, physically healthy, mentally healthy, and of course our emotion has to be healthy. Then of course our spiritual health. So all of them have to be healthy. So how can we do that? Of course we also want financial health also. We want to be healthy financially. If you don't have health, it's very difficult. It's very important. So you can get out all those, cultivate knowledge from here. If you are working, so Krishna says, don't work for 24 hours. You need to be regulated in eating, sleeping, entertainment and working. So we don't have to work 24 hours. You can work 8 to 9 hours and then with excellence attitude. Very important. Sometimes people just go to office and work for 20 hours, but their productivity is very low. But on the other hand, some of them they work for 6 hours, their productivity is very high. So people like productive people. So very important that you be able to balance this lifestyle is very important. This way you can be healthy. Then you can eat whatever food you want. You don't have to be eating a food that is diabetes compliance. Okay, very important. So these then next comes to the choice of employer. So let's say you want to now look for a job. I'm sure some of you already find. So in your first job, so please be driven by an opportunity that presents you growth. The opportunity that allows you to learn new things. This is how you have to be, when you graduate, in the first job at least. Then, of course, the opportunity that presents you to contribute to some biggest, higher goal. And that opportunity may be a little bit less salary paid. It doesn't matter. So it's very, very important. We have many examples. So, for example, Abdul Kalam, he could have easily got a big job in place like NASA, but he dedicated himself to the nation building. So nation, some mission critical application. So he was successful. So that is why he ended up becoming president of the country, without doing much of a political connection. Then of course, one personally, my own example, after graduation, so I had opportunities from several multinationals. But however, I was going to work for CDAC to develop India's supercomputers, indigenous supercomputers. So this was a great opportunity. Then I found great joy in contributing to such a national mission, and of course, huge opportunity to learn a lot of advanced technologies. At that time, people didn't really work on such an advanced technology. So most of the IT companies, they are paying high job, but they were doing such simple COBOL programming. Of course, nothing wrong with COBOL programming, but if you have such an opportunity, so it doesn't matter, take up, and that will really help you. So which will help you in the future as you go along. And as you move forward in profession, you will face many success and failures. So we should be, determined and, persevere. Again, I'm referring to this perseverance. So whenever you come across failures, you should be, pursue, continuously determined effort. So this is very, very important too. And you also learn here. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, whether it is success or failure, you must learn to treat them equally. And such a person is called Suryaprasad. We will have a failure, we will have success, and we continue to be accepting them equally. Sometimes you are honored, sometimes people criticize you. It's very common. So especially as you grow in your career, some people criticize you, some people honor you. So you must learn to accept both success and failure, honor and dishonor equally. And such a person is Suryaprasad. In fact, we can learn from one of the old movies that I saw, Sampati Ke Savalu. How many saw this movie by Dr. Rajkumar? Sampati Ke Savalu. So there, Rajkumar sitting on a buffalo. What is he singing? He's singing, Yare Kurgadali, Ure Horadali, Nembadi Ge Bangavilla, Bisalmadi Ge Piragad Chaligali, Alukadele Saguve. What does it mean? Those who don't know Kannada? Actually, I saw this movie when I was aged around 5. It was a very famous movie at that time. So, Yare Cordially, let anyone serve. Ure Horadali, let the whole village fight. He is saying that this buffalo, there is no disturbance to your peace. And we have to be like that. Let anyone criticize you. Let the whole village fight. Why whole village? Nowadays people are bored, what is fighting? So you can still be peaceful. Then, Bisaru Malige, Biragadu Chalige, ni Aluka Dembe Sagwe. You know, there is a strong heat, sometimes strong wind. So you should be able to grow, move forward with determined effort. In fact, those of you have experienced this buffalo. Suppose if you determine that you want to go to the other side of the river, or maybe the other side where the grass is green. Even if you put a fire on the path, it is determined that you go and cross the fire and get whatever it wants. In the same way, if you want to excel and if you want to innovate, you will come out to solve these challenges. You also have to be determined, and this is something to learn from even the buffalo as well. And of course, you can learn from Gita as well, but we can learn from buffalo also. So very important. Then next, finally, serving community. So the service also mentioned here, the last one. I am sure, given that all of you educated from such a premier university, so in my opinion, this PES University is like Stanford University of India. You heard about Stanford University? Where they encourage every student to be innovative. Perhaps if you have a great idea, become an entrepreneur, started a company, and all those ecosystem, the Chancellor, our Jawahar, has been putting in effort to make that happen. So if not today, as time progresses, in another few years' time, you will see this will be a Stanford University of India, truly, not just my vision or my statement, but it will become. And how does it possible? It is also graded by great personalities. I was mentioning, we heard about having four licenses from different places are guiding this institute. And of course, the current vices of BP is also on the board of directors. They are help in making it happen. Apart from the determined effort from Jawahar and his team, so who are doing it. So that is very nice. Then all of you will definitely learn, you succeed. You follow Gita, you follow Bible, you follow Quran, but follow perfectly. There is a lot of misunderstanding. If you say Gita, there are thousands of Gitas, but they will actually give you wrong impression. So you must read something original. So that gives you original direction, original inspiration. So this way you will be successful both physically, mentally, emotionally. Emotionally is very important. Suppose you make $1 billion or maybe several thousands of crore money, what do you do with it? If you don't spend for service of community, IT tax office will come behind you. So better spend, otherwise they will take away. So it is very important that the service attitude has to be developed for the benefit of community. And then if you create something very unique technology, let us say on the sideline of your work, so why don't you share with the community? This will be appreciated. So sharing is caring. So by sharing your knowledge, for example, those who are done PhD or a master's or a bachelor degree student, if you have done some innovative project, if you are not commercializing yourself, you don't just throw it away. Just make it an open source software, put it online, let somebody else benefit from it. So this is a very good attitude and will help you. Even to give you an example, in my case, we developed various software systems. So, for example, one of the technology called Aneka, other is Cloud Sim, a simulator. So this simulator, we put it online and we continue to enhance continuously. And this simulator is used by, more than 20,000 researchers in cloud computing. We have written more than 6,800 papers, and all those 6,800 papers are, ideally evaluated using this cloud simulator, Cloud Sim. Not just university people, the companies IBM, Ericsson, when we were building a mobile cloud service at morning, 10 years ago, we used Cloud Sim to model it first. If it works, then of course we can invest billions of dollars to build an infrastructure, then of course we get as a service the commercial works. So this is another way of offering services. With that, let me summarize. So I already mentioned that this PES Institute has a great future, so should become Stanford University of India. So thanks to the efforts of all of them. So, so these are wonderful things to service. Then not only giving institutions, serving and helping students, serving and helping them. So thank you, sir. Thank you for making this happen. I'm sure you will. And of course, coming to all of you. So you have already gained a lot of talent in the skills. Then I request all of you to use these skills in creating products and solutions that are affordable. Affordable. Solutions that are sustainable. Very, very important. So, and of course, with that, let me again congratulate all the graduates of this 25.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅವರಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರು
So, whenever you face challenges in your life, whether they are small challenges
ಇಲ್ಲ
or a challenge as big as Mount Everest, please remember, so this follow these teachings of
refreshing to be listening to a man of considerable and staggering achievements. I can give a big round of applause. Dr. Rajkumar Buyya is not an ordinary soul, but what is refreshing is the simplicity that he brings to his thoughts and his actions. His attire itself speaks volumes of the sort of importance he attaches to his roots. ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ, ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆ, ಇದು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಖ್ಯದಲ್ಲ. As they say, we need to recognize where the deoxyribonucleic acid of ours comes from. It's from centuries of existing in our land. We are Bharatiyas first class. Thank you so much, sir, for your
We now request the controller of examinations to read out the names of the first rank holders of all programs of study and request the Hon'ble Chancellor and other dignitaries to present the medals and certificates to the first rank holders.
Start with the PG programs from University of Computer Science. We have the first rank holder, Suryaprasad N. Dharmaya, who has secured a CGPA of 9.88.
Let's give them a huge round of applause.
Next we have Srivasi from MTech Electronics and Communication Engineering, who has secured the first rank with a CGPA of 9.91.
Let the applause continue.
First rank with a CGPA of 9.82.
Let us give her a huge round of applause.
We have Valli Ramanathan from the B Architecture Department, who has secured the first rank with a CGPA of 9.84. From the Design Department, we have S. Sayukta, who has secured a CGPA of 9.80.
Let's give them a huge round of applause. Let the applause continue, please.
From the BTech Biotechnology Department, we have A. Arun Kumar, who has secured the first rank with a CGPA of 9.73. We have Saad bin Khalid from the BTech Computer Science, who has secured the first rank with a CGPA of 9.88.
Let the applause continue.
from the BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. She has secured a CGPA of 9.70.
Our founder chairman, Dr. Venkata Ramanaidu Doreswamy, was no ordinary soul. A visionary leader, exemplary educationist, passionate institution builder, and above all, an inspiring mentor to all of us in the PES family. We deeply miss him. Let us watch a short film on his life.
A nation, it is made of dreams, of ideas that turn into historic moments, creates institutions, and builds legends.
In premier institutions, outstanding students, excellent faculty, and world-class infrastructure have been our roots of success.
These dreams take root in perseverance. They grow from the determination and courage to believe in a unified vision. They stem from a solid foundation and unwavering commitment. Amplified by a team that is driven by the same ambition. The only goal is to excel. Excel in aspiration, in performance, in vision, and even in service.
The wide gap that is prevailing between the rural and urban. To fill up this gap as far as possible, one of the measures initiated is adopting rural government primary and middle schools.
Service to this great nation to which we belong, where in order to succeed, we need to succeed together. And the only way to progress is by taking the nation along. At the center of everything we do is the future of our nation, our students. It's for us to make them the best they are capable of being and create change makers. It's on us to design the future, take pride in our roots, and take our nation to the world. It's on us to make a mark, set new standards, and reach beyond the boundaries set for us. Because this is just the beginning of what we are capable of creating. This is just the beginning of a dream we are building together, learning and growing, while we never forget where we all began.
My activities of our society. I have been around services and role models, growth with direction. Bring asset not only to your family, but to the society and to the country and to the environment. Thank you.
Professor M.R. Doreswamy sir's vision and values will always ignite our minds and keep us inspiring the next generations to come. We, at this juncture, promise that we will carry his vision and legacy ahead. PES University was established under the Karnataka Act 16 of 2013, and the first batch of students were admitted in 2014. It has completed over a decade of meaningful existence and is recognized as a benchmark quality education. On this occasion, we have brought out a coffee table book entitled The Decade of PES University. We request the Hon'ble Chancellor to release the coffee table book.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ
ಹೌದಾ
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಝೂಮ್
ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂಚೂರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ, ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪು ಇವನು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು.
Honorable Chancellor of PES University, Professor D. Jawahar, is a man of action. His relentless efforts towards imparting quality practices to education has brought PES to where it is today. We request you to address the graduating class of 2025.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. My acknowledgements to our chief guest, Dr. Rajkumar, Buyya, Vice Chancellor Dr. Suryaprasad, Registrar Dr. Sudha, the Chief Operating Officer Jawahar, dignitaries on the dais, our esteemed Honorable Council members, Academic Council, Research Council, the members of People's Education Society, accomplished teams and faculty. Dear students, I am delighted to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each one of you for all the years of hard work you have put in to culminate to this momentous day in your lives, graduating from the portals of PES. Today is a day of celebration, of fulfillment and new beginnings. As Chancellor of PES University, it gives me immense pride to stand before you and witness another generation of bright, determined individuals ready to step into the real world. But this day is not about achievement. It's also about the values that has brought us here. Values that were woven into the very fabric of PES. The values are the legacy of our founder, Professor Doreswamy. My father lived his life by three core values: perseverance, excellence, and service. Perseverance is to never give up, even when challenges seem unsurmountable. Excellence not as a destination, but as a lifelong pursuit in everything that we do. And service to remember always that knowledge is most meaningful when it uplifts others and contributes to society. I've always had this opportunity of going through my dad's convocation speeches. And I always used to comment to him, he used to prepare a lot. He used to take down a lot of notes, a lot of data, a lot of statistics, what's been happening in our institution, so that he can give a meaningful message in every convocation address. I used to always tell him, Daddy, you don't need to tell stories of others. All that you need to do was share your story with the people who are there in the audience. There is so much that they can learn from your own experiences. I'm sure
What he didn't do, I will do on his behalf today. The early memories that I have of my father is that I am 58 years old. My early memories are not that old, probably around 45 years old. I only know of a few things. One, when we started the PES in a rented gymnasium, the contract that he signed with the gym owner was that it would be converted to a gym in the morning, and in the sense that later on converted into a classroom, and in the evening the gym equipment will be put back, so that in the sense that the gym can go on in the morning. He was a very ambitious person. While it was a rented facility that he had, he decided that he had to have a day college as well as an evening college in the rented gymnasium itself. The procedure was something like this. Every day in the morning, after the gym sessions was over, or the people who were enrolled in the gym equipment had to be moved to kept to the side, and the classroom benches had got to be put in the classroom. Then the classes would go on for the day college as well as the evening college. The evening college classes would get over by 9 p.m. After 9 p.m., the gym equipment had to be put back in place after removing the benches. And that's what they did for 3 years of their life. And the person who was moving the gym equipment included my father, who was doing that particular job. Boys, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything that I want you to learn from Professor Doreswamy, all that I want us to learn is how to work hard. If somebody believes that they're working harder than what our founder did, it is hard to believe. It is hard to believe. So many a times when we talk about values that we need to instill in any institution, I always talk about trying to say, hey, that's hard work for you. Now, when we talk about the core values, perseverance, continuous hard work is what we are talking about, and that is perseverance. Even though it was a very, very small, unknown school in Karnataka, the advertising campaign, as I remember, was we didn't have the money to put advertisements in the newspaper. If you didn't have the money for the advertisement in the newspaper, he used to be printing his pamphlets. You know that, right? You have these inserts. He used to go at 5 o'clock in the morning to the local newspaper vendors and insert those flyers into the newspapers so that it could be delivered to the houses in Nagar. That is what his journey all about. And I take a lot of pride in trying to say that this is the kind of person, and this is the kind of person who built PES. If you can have the same kind of values in each one of you, trust me, you can go far. Even in those small, young days when small number of students were there, he always wanted to recognize excellence. He was the one who started giving these gold medals for students who get ranks in the university. Excellence isn't something what we are doing today. The PES University gives 31 crores of scholarships every year. In those days, regardless whether there was money or not, he used to find the money mostly from my mother to take it from our purse and give to students as scholarships that were there in the annual celebrations of the college. That is what is pursuit of excellence. The third component that he talked about, he always said there is a gap between the urban and rural India. And in the sense of the fact that he came from rural India, he was always committed to the cause of trying to say how do we bridge this divide between rich and poor and that between urban and rural India. So for us, service is something like trying to say, can I make a larger contribution than to my own self and my family? Can I go beyond that? And that is what we need to take away from our founder, Prof. Rajkumar. It is these values that enable him to transfer a vision into what PES has become today, a world-class institution. One that remains deeply rooted in Indian ethos. For him, education was not about just textbooks and exams. It was about shaping character, nurturing curiosity, and preparing students to be leaders who carry their values to every corner of life. Living a legacy is very, very important. legacy is very, very important. So today, if you say KRS, what comes to your mind? Seven Vishweshwaraya. If you talk of National College Basmagudi, what comes to your mind? H. Narsimaya. If you talk about Vidhan Sauda, what comes to your mind? Kendall Hanmantaya. If you talk about Lal Bagh, what comes to your mind? Who? Dr. Marigowda, not Tipu Sultan. Then if you talk about PES, what should come to your mind? Professor Doreswamy. That is what it is. That is what is living a legacy. Each one of you should aspire to live a legacy. If he can do it with his humble background, with the kind of background that we have, what kind of chapters can we write in the annals of history in the years to come? And that is what the challenge that we all are going to be having in the days to come. To you, our graduates, as you step out into a world that is evolving faster than ever, these values become even more essential. We are living in an age defined by emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, renewable energy, space exploration, fields that are reshaping societies and economies at unprecedented speed. Opportunities will be vast, but so will be responsibilities. Global challenges from climate change to inequality are demanding new solutions, new courage, and new imagination. This is the world you are stepping into. It is uncertain, it is demanding, but it's also bringing with possibility. And it is exactly the kind of world you have been prepared for. Because at PES, we did not give you a degree. We give you the ability to navigate the real world. That is your guiding vision, our promise, and our challenge to you. I want each one of you to remember, perseverance will be your anchor, excellence your compass, and service your North Star. As you walk out of these halls, wearing your gowns and holding your degrees, remember that you carry not just the name of PES University, but the charge to navigate the real world with courage and conviction. There are lots of messages that convocation addresses are going to be given to the graduating classes world over. This being my first address as the Chancellor of PES University, there is a small thing that I would like to pass on as a recommendation to adopt in your life, which goes by the same acronym of life. Firstly, in the sense that one of the commodities that is going to be premium for you to be successful in life is learnability. The issue that is going to be there is you will never get into a situation that every time you want to learn something, you're going to be a part of a university again. You got to become lifelong learners, and then in the sense that you need to understand what is joy of learning. I want to share a small example here. When I was a student in my engineering college, my basic way of learning was the textbook that used to be given as a recommended book, the notes that were given by the teachers that was considered to be very precious. But never did any teacher who told me what is joy of learning. They did not tell me this is the book that you need to go through so that you can do that. The first time I really experienced this joy of learning was only when I started teaching the students of PES. Then is when I looked at these books, and then in the sense that I was wondering, why didn't anybody tell me that this is the kinds of books that are available by which you can enjoy learning and translate information in a much better manner. Second thing is innovation. The world is not going to be a very, very kind place for people who are not going to be innovators at heart. You have to be a passionate innovator. Everything that you see around you, you need to look at trying to say, how can I be making things better? That should be the attitude of every PES graduate, and that's how we become an innovator. The third thing I think is very, very important for our young people here is understanding finance. And I call it as financial prudence. Many a time when placements take place on campus, there are students who get 6 lakhs per annum job, there are students who get 12 lakhs per annum job, and there are few students who get 60 lakhs per annum job also. But all that I want to tell our students is, majority of you are not married. You should not be spending more than 5,000 rupees a month. Anything else should be either savings or investment. So why should money matter to you? Being frugal in your means, having the right kind of attitude, investing time on yourself to make yourself better, and that's the way you need to understand the money that's going to land up with you. And that's extremely very important to see as a way in which you go forward in life. The last thing that I would like to suggest for the graduating class is empathy. Empathy is very important. There are lots of people around you. All that you need to do is care for the people who are not as blessed as you are. Demonstrate concern. Demonstrate commitment. Demonstrate compassion. I think people who graduate from the courses of PES, we have imbibed in you the capability to demonstrate empathy to the world around you. And please make sure you do it to the best of your ability. It is this time to gratefully acknowledge the invaluable contributions of our Chief Operating Officer, Professor Jawahar, Vice Chancellor, Dr. J. Suryaprasad, Medical Director, Dr. Suresh Krishnamurthy, Associate Medical Director, Dr. Rupa, for their tireless efforts in uplifting the PES experience with their leadership and expertise. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to each colleague across all functions, teaching, administration, technical and support, whose collective efforts have ensured the smooth functioning of the university. While time does not permit me to name everyone individually, I sincerely and gratefully acknowledge their invaluable contribution to the continued success of PES University. I would be absolutely failing in my duty in case I do not thank my wonderful faculty across PES University who made the experience for the students the very best. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2025. This is your moment, and I have no doubt you will rise to meet it. May the Almighty give you the wisdom and strength to accomplish all your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Hon'ble Chancellor, for those inspiring words. We now request the Honorable Registrar to deliver the vote of thanks.
It is a profound honor to stand before this august audience today at this joyous occasion of our 10th annual Convocation. I'll be failing in my duty if I don't fondly remember our Hon'ble Chancellor, Dr. Doreswamy, who had a huge influence on most of us in the campus by his thoughtful speeches and by educating us in going a long way in building PES to the next level. He is physically not present amongst us today, but we seek his blessings at every juncture to ensure that PES stands tall. I extend our deepest gratitude to each person here for coming over to this wonderful occasion this evening. My sincere thanks to our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Rajkumar, Buyya, whose inspiring words today has not only motivated the graduates, but also illuminated their paths as they embark upon a new beginning. Sir, thank you very much for your presence this evening. Traveling all the way from Melbourne, I request our Honorable Chancellor to honor Dr. Rajkumar Buyya. Our Honorable Chancellor is a visionary leader, and his relentless pursuit of academic excellence has profoundly shaped the educational experience of our graduates. His commitment to student success has set a benchmark that encourages all of us at PES to strive for greatness. It is always a pleasure interacting with him, knowing from him, and working with him. We at PES are very fond of our Honorable Hon'ble Chancellor, Mr. Jawahar, who is an achiever and an excellent orator for all of us here. Sir, thank you very much for your kind presence and addressing all the graduates. To our distinguished faculty, their unwavering support have been the backbone through this academic voyage. I take this opportunity to thank our faculty team for their support and encouragement in all activities of PES. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Suryaprasad, is a person who is approachable and who takes keen interest to ensure that everything planned on campus goes as per that. It's always a pleasure talking to him, knowing from him, and it is a huge pleasure being his colleague next door, at least for me. Sir, thank you very much for your presence, and we truly thank you for all the support and encouragement that you've been giving. Our Chief Operating Officer, Professor Rajkumar, has been the person behind the scenes. He is one person who gets into minute details to ensure that anything that happens on campus has that finesse and that touch so that the stakeholders get the maximum out of it. It's a huge pleasure having him amongst us this evening. Thank you very much for your presence, Professor Rajkumar. I take this opportunity to thank the honorable members of the Board of Governors, Academic Council, Executive Council, and the Research Council for their constant support, encouragement, and their valuable inputs in all activities of PES and helping us to take PES to greater heights. Thank you very much, sirs and madams, for your presence this evening. I also take this opportunity to thank our deans, directors, officers of the university, chairpersons, and the faculty for their unwavering support in making today's event a grand success. Big thanks to the organizing team and volunteers for their support to make this event a grand success today. A huge round of applause to Dr. Karthik, the Controller of Examination, and his team for their untiring efforts for the last couple of months in ensuring that all the certificates are made ready in time and for putting everything together for making today's convocation a grand success. My thanks are also due to Mr. Rajesh Mativannan and his team for the university's printing unit for their constant follow-up and preparing the souvenir in a very, very befitting manner. PES Ambassadors is going to be received by each and every graduate seated across the campuses. Many thanks to the parents and their families for their sacrifices, love, and constant encouragement in the progress of their work. This achievement is as much as yours as it is ours. Thank you, parents, for your presence here and for all the support that you've been giving. Thanks to all the distinguished invitees, guests, and the audience for joining us and making this occasion so memorable and special. I also wish to thank the members of the press and electronic media for constantly supporting and encouraging all the activities that happen on PES campuses. Congratulations to all the graduates. We wish everyone a bright and successful future. Please remain in touch and keep us updated on all your achievements. Huge thanks to Dr. V. Krishna and Dr. Anuradha for the excellent comparing of today's evening's function. Once again, it's my pleasure to thank one and all who are present in this audience. Have a nice evening. Thank you, one and all.
On behalf of everyone present here, we'd like to extend a warm thanks and a big round of applause for our Registrar, Dr. K. Shreedhar. The first part of the convocation function will conclude with the national anthem, after which the academic procession will leave the hall. We request everyone to rise for the national anthem, remain standing till the academic procession leaves the convocation hall. Thank you. Now the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Request all to keep standing till the academic procession proceeds.
ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ತಾನೇ ಇದೆ 120 GB.
And then BBA. We request the MBA parents are waiting to be coming inside the hall. I now request all the BBA faculty members to please take out all the students of BBA outside so that the MBA parents can come in, complete that, and then they can join us back. I request all the students of BBA sitting in the ground floor to kindly move out of the hall so that we can accommodate the MBA parents to witness their ward's graduation ceremony. All the BBA rank holders who are in the crowd to kindly stay back. All the BBA rank holders who are in the crowd to please stay back in the hall along with your parents. If your parents are outside, you can call them in as well. The 2nd to 10th ranks of the departments of MBA, BBA and BCom will be given first, followed by the MBA graduation certificates, followed by BCom, followed by BBA. If the 2nd to 10th rank holders in MBA, namely Naveen Kumara A, Anisha Krishma Castellino, P. Alan Welvin, Shabal Ganesh Bangaru and Naveen T, kindly remain in the hall. BBA rank holders Astha Kodaria, Ananya Matru, Anvesha Paul, Karnataka Sai Priyanka, Mrunalini, Tia Soni, Veda Satvika, Rachita Joshi and Payal S. Please be inside the auditorium to receive your ranks. Please call your parents inside if they are waiting outside. Bachelor of Commerce BCom, Purvi K, G.D. Vega, Anusha B.M., Netra R, Abhilash N. Shastri, Mansi K. Patel, Hamsavini K. and Gogi Eknath. If anyone of these names are in the auditorium, kindly come to the ground floor. Please bring your parents as well. We'll be giving away the rank holder certificates first, followed by MBA, followed by BCom, followed by BBA. Request the faculty members to kindly allow the students of BBA to move out of the Opera House to accommodate the MBA parents who are here to witness the ceremony of their wards. Once that is finished, they can come back to the auditorium along with their parents. Once the MBA graduation certificates are disbursed, I request the BCom students who are sitting on the first floor along with their parents to come down. Once the MBA graduation certificates are given away, after that you can come down to collect your graduation certificates along with your parents. Request the MBA students to be seated. Please call your parents inside if they are waiting outside. MBA students, please note, please be seated. If your parents are outside, you can please call them inside. Please ask them to come to this side of the hall. You can use those doors on the right hand side of the Opera House for coming inside. Please don't ask them to come this side.
Student volunteers on the stage, please.
small announcement. All the graduates are supposed to collect your certificates before sharp 8 p.m. Same place wherever you have got registered, same place you are supposed to collect certificates without fail before 8 p.m. Otherwise you have to come tomorrow and collect.
Are also inside the auditorium. If not, please call them inside. Please note, those who are collecting your graduation certificates have to come from that side, collect it here in the middle, and then go from this side. Please enter the stage from that side, collect your certificate in the middle of the stage, and please move out from this side.
Ma'am. Students who are inside the hall, please be back to your seats. We are starting with the graduation ceremony. All the students, please tell your parents, MBA students, please tell your parents to be seated.
ಕೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಕೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಕಿಚ್ಚಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಥರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಿನ
Abhishek B. Abhishek Sagarlal.
And gentlemen, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to the 10th annual convocation of PES University EC campus. Today is a proud and momentous occasion for all of us at PES University as we celebrate hard work and achievements of our graduating outcomes. I take great pleasure in welcoming our beloved Prof Vice Chancellor Nagarjuna Sadineni, Dr. Hariprasad TR, Dean PSO IMSR, Dr. Sridevi NS, Vice Principal PSO IMSR, Dean Dr. J. Saravanan, Chairpersons, faculty members, and of course our proud parents and dear graduates. It gives me great honor to introduce two distinguished leaders in the field of medical education and healthcare. First, Dr. Hariprasad TR, Dean, Principal and Professor of General Surgery at PES University, Institute of Medical Science and Research, Bengaluru. With over 25 years of surgical experience and more than 25,000 major surgeries performed, he is a highly accomplished surgeon specializing in advanced gastrointestinal, metabolic and bariatric surgery. As an academic leader, he has been instrumental in developing medical educational policies, supervising curriculum, promoting research and ensuring excellence in patient care. Dr. Hariprasad has published widely in reputed journals and is deeply passionate about teaching, mentoring and advancing surgical education. His leadership extends beyond academics into strategic planning, accreditation and healthcare management, making him a true pillar of PSU IMSR. Alongside him, we are privileged to have Dr. Sridevi NS, Professor and Head of the Department of Anatomy and Vice Principal at PSU IMSR. With over 30 research publications in national and international journals, she has significantly advanced the field of anatomy education and curriculum development. Dr. Sridevi has also served in key academic and administrative capacities such as Director of Student Welfare, NAC Criterion, V convener, member of Academic Council, and member of Boards of Studies. She is well known for her innovative teaching, learning methods, her dedication to student welfare, and her strong role in quality assurance and accreditation process. Together, Dr. Hariprasad and Dr. Sridevi embody a perfect blend of academic excellence, surgical expertise, administrative leaderships, and a deep commitment to student growth and institutional progress. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Hariprasad TR and Dr. Sridevi. Now we will proceed with the distribution of certificates to the graduates of the EC campus. On behalf of PES Institute of Pharmacy, PES University, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this Convocation Certificate distribution ceremony for the graduating students of Pharm D followed by M.Pharm. Today is a day of pride, a celebration of hard work, dedication and success. It's a milestone that marks the transition from students to professionals, ready to serve society and contribute to the noble profession of pharmacy. I request Dr. Hariprasad TS to kindly do the honor. Now we will start with Pharm D. Please, I request all the students to stay back after your certificate collection for a group break. Is Nikita. Abhishek J.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೊಂಚం ಪಕ್ಕದ ಸೈಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಓಡು ಹೋಗು ಹೋಗು ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಗೊಂತ ಹೇಳು ಹೋಗು ಬೇಗ ಹೋಗು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
Dr. Akshay Kumar NS. Dr. Bhavana Manjunath Bhatt.
ಒಂದು ರೈಟಿಗೆ ಕುಲ್ಸು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕುಲ್ಸು.
Dr. Chandan DH.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಶೇಟ್.
Dr. Karim Taj. Dr. Agrahara.
ಹೆಸರು ಬೇಕಾ?
Dr. Glory D'Souza. Dr. Gurusharan G.
ಎಷ್ಟಿದೀನಾ ಇದಕ್ಕಿನ ಇದಕ್ಕಿನ
Dr. Ritik T. Dr. Janani J. Dr. Jeffy Ann Jacob. Dr. Kishore N. Dr. Lima Lobo,
ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಬೇಗ
Dr.
ಬೇಗ
Manoj
ಆ
Kumar,
ಲೇಡಿನ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಳ್ಸ್ಬಿಡು, ಬೇಗ ಹೋಗು ಅವ್ರು ಕಳ್ಸಿ ಬೇಗ ಹೋಗು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರ
Dr. P.S. Pranita Sai,
ಹೇಳು ಹೇಳು ನೋಡು ತೆಗ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್
now I
ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
request Dr. Sridevi ma'am to distribute the award.
ಫೋಟೋ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಫೋಟೋ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದ ಓಕೆ ಗುಡ್ ಸರ್
நீங்கள்
நல்லா இல்லை நீங்கள் தான் வந்துட்டீங்க
Dr. Pavan Krishna A, Dr. Priyanka M, Dr. Ramya D, Dr. Roshni B, Dr. Shreya N, Dr. Varshita Srinivas, Dr. Brunda. All the faculty graduates are requested to come near the stage for a photo.
ಹಾಂ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅವರು ಚಿಕನಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಫುಲ್ ವೈಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರು ವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈಗ ಕ್ಲೋಸಪ್
ಓಕೆ
ಈಗ ಕ್ಲೋಸಪ್ ಇದು ಏನು ಇಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿ
ಹಾಂ
ತಲೆ ಏನೋ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರೆ
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇವರು ಅಡ್ಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೈಡೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ
Now we will begin with the distribution of certificates to the Pharm graduates. Starting with Department of
ನೋಡಿ ಅಡ್ಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಾನು ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ ಸರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ತೆಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರನಾ ಹಾಂ ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು
ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ್ JN.
ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಹೆಸರು ಬೇಕಾ? ಹಾಂ ಎಷ್ಟಿರಲಿನಾ?
ಪವಿತ್ರನ್ V. ಶ್ರೀರಕ್ಷಾ. ಶ್ರೇಯಾ N.
ಈಗ ಹೆಸರು ಕಟ್ಟಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ವೈಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ವೈಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಜಿಮ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ವೈಡಾ?
ಮನೀಷಾ ಚಿಟ್ಟಿ ಬಾಬು.
ಓಕೆನಾ?
ವಿಜಯ್ ವರುಣ್ NL. ಯಶವಂತ್ KM. So now all the Pharm analysis department graduates are supposed to come for a group.
ವೈಡ್ ಫುಲ್ ವೈಡಾ? ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಫೋಟೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಝೂಮ್ ಮೆತ್ತಿಗೆ ವೀಡಿಯೋ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಲೋ ಮೋಷನ್ ಫೋಟೋನ ವೀಡಿಯೋ ಥರನೇ ಸ್ಲೋ. ಈ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಇವರು ಝೂಮ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿ ಝೂಮ್ ಹೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ.
ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ
I request all the Pharm graduates to stay back until the process completes. Please stay back until the convocation gets over.
Proceeding with Department of Pharmacology. Arjit Chowdhury.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ತಮ್ಮ ಕುತ್ಕೊ ಅವ್ರು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂತಿಲ್ಲ.
Harshita C. Nandita S.
ಇದು ಸರ್, ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡೋರಿಗೆ.
ಪೂಜಾ BC.
ಅಂಕಲ್ ಕರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಂಕಲ್ ಕೆಲವು ಫೋನ್ ಡಬ್ಬಲ್ ಕೊಡು ಹೋಗು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಿತ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಫೋನನ್ನು.
Priyanka IS. Sahana NR. Spandana S. Sushma L. Tilak Kumar M. Uday Kumar V. Venkatesh GR. Vinod GU. All the pharmacology students can assemble for a group pic.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ನೀವು ಫೋನ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳೋದು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗು ಕಷ್ಟನೇ ನೋಡಿತಾರೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ವೆಹಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ವೈಡೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಬಲ್ ಡಿ ಸಿ ಇದೆ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಬಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪು ಎತ್ಬಿಡಿ ಚೇರು. ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ ಚೇರು.
Now continue with Department of Pharmaceutics. Akshat Jaiswal.
Okay.
Amulya PK.
ಇವಾಗ ಓಕೆನಾ ಮೇಡಮ್?
Divya Vishal. Divya MS.
ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಈ ಕಡೆ.
Hita A.
ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಾ?
Josna. Manjunath C. Manjunatha Jia. Naveen Kumar M. Sagaryam, Samarth GH, Shrujana MG, Sneha, Yashashwini PR, pharmaceutical students for a group.
ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಾ?
ಹಾಂ ಆಯಿತು ತಾನೇ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಊಟ
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡು. ಇವ್ರು ಗಾಡಿ ತುಂಬ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇವ್ರು ಜಮಾ ಲೈವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೈದ್ರಾಬಾದ್ಗೆ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತ ನಾವು ಲೈವು ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ MX50 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅದು ಈ ಥರ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಗಳು. ಇರೋ ಬನ್ನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡು. ಕಟ್ ಸಾಕು, ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡು.
ಮಾಡಲಾ?
ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕಲಿ?
ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? ಸಾನಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಇದು ಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮು ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್.
ಹಲೋ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಎಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೈವ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್? They are asking.
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾಂ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಸರ್. ಇದು ಫ್ಲೋರು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೌದು, ಕೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವುದು ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಲಾ?
ಅವ್ರದ್ದೊಂದು ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಹಂಗೆ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡು. ಬೇಗಲ್ಲ ಎತ್ಕೊಬ್ರಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಎತ್ಕೊ, ಚಾರ್ಜರ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಎತ್ಕೊ. ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಬೇಗ ಎತ್ಕೊ, ಆಯ್ತು ಬಾ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗಾಡಿ ಸುತ್ತಿದ್ರು.
ಹಾಂ ಸರಿ.
ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಾ?
ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀಮಾಯ್ತು. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಒಂದು ವಾರ. ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 10 ಹಂಗೆ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಕ್ಕಿರೋ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇಕ್ಕಿರೋ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಹೋಗೋಣ. LED ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರಿನಾ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಅಡಿಕೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಿಚ್ಕೋ ಬಾ ಕಟ್ಬಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅಡಿಕೆ ಬಿಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ
ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ಲಿ ಊಟ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ,
ನಮ್ಮವ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ
ಸರಿ, ತೆಗೆದು ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋಣ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾದರೂ ವೀಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್.
ನೀವೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಹಾಕಿ, 2 ಆ್ಯಂಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಮುಂದೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಂತ, ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಒಬ್ಬ ಬ್ಯಾಕಿಂದ ಎರಡು ಸೇರಿ 2 ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ. 2 ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್
3 ಇದ್ರೆ 3 ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಹಂಗೆ
2 ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ, ಡಬಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಮುಂದೆ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ.
ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ಟು
ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಲಕ್ಷ
ಒಮ್ಮೆನೆ 2:30.
ನೀವು ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು
ಸರ್. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಹೆಂಗೆ
ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಾಕಾಯ್ತು, ತುಂಬ ಸಾಕಾಯ್ತು.
ಮುಂದೆ ಇರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ
ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದು ಇದೆ ಬೇರೆ. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ.
ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್
ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ
ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವೈಡ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೈಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸರ್ ಈ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಬಂದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ರು ಸರ್. ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನೋ ಬಿಡೋ,
ಅದು ಎಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಾ
ಸರ್? ಫೋಟೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸರ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಗಳು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. ಲೈವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅದೇ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡು, ಕಾರ್ಡು, ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ
ನಮ್ದಾಯ್ತು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ನಮ್ದು ಇದಾಯಿತು.
ನಮ್ದು ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ವಿಡಿಯೋ